Hey, it's Brayden with the Desert Charm Living real estate team, and today I am doing a neighborhood drive-through of the Meadows in North Peoria. This is a higher end neighborhood in between the median to average price homes, so just above that and just below where we enter the luxury market here. So these are going to be higher end homes in the 500s to 900,000s. There is also new construction, new development going on in this neighborhood. So I'm going to do a quick drive-through. You can access this neighborhood off of Lake Pleasant and Deer Valley Road. And the great thing about that is that you are not too far from the freeway from the 101 North, but you are also very close to the North Peoria shopping and dining area at Lake Pleasant and Happy Valley. So lots of good things about this area, really great location, really beautiful new development. It's right next to Liberty High School, so if you have high school students, they are literally right next door to this neighborhood, and that is great if that's what you're looking for. And there's lots of little parks, so I'm gonna take you through it, and I'll just point out some things and let's get started. Right now we're coming up to the Meadows Community Center, and this has a tennis court over here and the community pool. There's some walking paths and biking paths that lead up to this area here, and a little grass amphitheater. So I will get out.
That's not my hand. That's disarming. Heroes of Greece. Yeah. Someone left this for us. A present. Nice. It looks just like our horse. Should I bring it inside? Can't be rude not to.
Okay, so right behind me we have the grass amphitheater. The community center is behind me this way, and that's got the pool, the tennis courts. It's pretty busy today because it is the middle of May. Summer has started. It's very warm out, so for a lot of people they're taking advantage of that pool, which is so nice. And then there's these beautiful walking and biking paths throughout the neighborhood that lead up this way. So if you have if you have kids or you're really active, you like to run, walk, bike, you've got dogs, that's really nice. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'll show you a little glimpse of that too. Here's one of the paths, and then it continues on. You can see that way as well. So let's keep going through the neighborhood. Right now it looks like a huge group of teenage boys just came out of the pool, so probably heading out to lunch because I took some time in the middle of the day to do this video so you could see it out in the sunshine and while I'm over here. So this is a really, really nice community. I would say this is a master planned community, although compared to some of the other communities in this part of town, it's not quite as big, but there's a lot of little subdivisions within. So I'm gonna take you through just a little bit more, and so you can see there's a good range of size. There's some single-story homes, two-story homes. You know, some of them are bigger, and it's a good option. And depending on where you want to be, if you want to be in Peoria, but maybe you have a commute to work and you don't want to be too far north, this could help with that commute because you are just a few minutes from the freeways. So right now I'm just driving through another section of one of the smaller subdivisions within the Meadows community, and there's a little park over here. It's actually not too small. It's got a lot of grass area, it's got a volleyball court, and then it's got a park. So I'm gonna actually just pull over and I'll show you guys real quick. Okay, so you've got the volleyball courts over there. There's a walking path, lots of green area, the park, and then you've got some basketball courts over there. So it's warm out today, so nobody is out here. It's the middle of the day. They're probably all at the pool. But this gives you a good idea when it's cooler. I'm sure this place is packed with kids and families and dog owners typically.
Stop! Every time you step outside, disaster falls. You do not see that I am bigger road. Winter is almost here, and I have an entire village to feed.
So one of the awesome things I think about so many neighborhoods here in the Phoenix area, and especially the Northwest Valley, is that even if you're not right behind a mountain, you get these beautiful mountain views all around you. And I don't know if you guys can see, but as we're driving, there's just tons of mountains around us. And so there's a lot of mountains in Peoria that you just are surrounded by. So I love that. I love those mountain views. I think it's beautiful. So I'm gonna come through. So these are the Tri-Point homes from the Meadows, and the Tri-Point homes are a lot of them are being built, ready to move into. So that is really nice. And then we've got Toll Brothers over here to my right. And I just kind of passed this section, but I wanted to show you some of these Toll Brother homes because you can get an idea of the feel. So that one is very like modern farmhouse, and the Toll Brother homes are a little bit of a higher price point. They definitely have a different, they have a different feel, and you can see down here we're coming up on more construction, and so I am just going to turn around, but I wanted you to get a good idea of the different builders in this video, just to kind of see the different style of the homes, because Pulte and Toll Brothers definitely have a different feel to them and a look to them, and I think the buyer for a Pulte home versus a Toll Brother home is probably going to be a different price point, and that's okay as well. Toll Brothers tends to be more luxury, and Pulte you can start low and you can add on and get to a higher price point, but if you don't want to add on too much, then you're good to go there as well. So really love the Toll Brothers homes though. Okay, so I'm in the Meadows and behind me is another one of the parks. So we've got some basketball courts over here, the playground, and pretty cool. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you a panoramic real quick. You've got a Ramada, the playground with some shade covering there, and you've got basketball courts and then a green belt right here. So lots of trees, so I'm gonna have to walk up a little bit, but I'll show you. So we've got a big section of green belt right here, the basketball court, and then another green belt behind it. Okay, so we're gonna go past we're gonna go to the section of the Meadows that is the Tri-Point builder and where their models are at. So you can see right now we are on the back end of another park, and there's some basketball courts over there, a playground.
This fixes everything. Yes.
A lot of these parks are here in large part due to drainage, because Phoenix does have an issue with being able to handle rain when we do get it. We don't get a lot, but we do have rain that comes, and it's a lot more than the ground can absorb, and so a lot of these parks are here for drainage, but they fortunately for many of the neighborhoods do end up having a nice little park for the community that they are able to use. So and that is one thing. So if you're coming from out of state, we don't get a lot of rain, but we do get we get flash floods when it does rain. And so typically, during monsoon season, we get these larger floods and in certain areas, and that's just because Phoenix really was not meant to be able to handle the rain and be able to drain when we do get these heavy amounts of rain in short periods, versus other places that are used to it, and their ground is not as hard and they have more drainage because they're used to large amounts of water, and Phoenix is just not. So depending on where you're at, you will be getting warnings on your phone for flash floods especially during monsoon seasons, or when we get storms. So these are the Tri-Point homes, and some of these homes you can see there have RV garages, and really nice. If you have an RV, or maybe you have boats, they've got RV gates there. So you don't find that with every neighborhood here. And a lot of people in North Peoria, they have boats or RVs, and that is really good because if you live in an HOA and you have a boat or an RV, typically you're not going to be able to park your boat or RV in your anywhere that's visible to the neighbors, and because you don't want to be getting an HOA fine. So yeah, definitely something to consider if you like to go traveling, you like to go to the lake and go boating. Yeah, it's definitely a factor. So I'm gonna come through over here. So a lot of homes have really, really nice landscaping here in the Meadows. And, you know, part of that I think is just that it's new. You know, there is an HOA here, so obviously your landscaping and paint, the maintenance of your home is going to have to be kept up unless you want to be getting HOA fines and violations, and nobody wants to be doing that. So that is really, really good that, you know, they have that. So, and we've got Liberty High School right over here. So we've got a tiny little park here, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to go into this little cul-de-sac. You can see this is the back of some of these sports fields for Liberty High School right here. So again, if you've got high school aged kids and you know you want to be in the Peoria Unified School District, we've got Liberty High School right here. So I know schools are a huge factor for people moving here, and the way that our school systems are set up, it's not as easy to identify what schools you're going to be going to, because just because you live next, you know, close to a school, you might be zoned for, you know, your home might be zoned for a different one. So I will do another video with a link with the schools, but yeah, it's a little bit confusing sometimes for people on how to figure out what schools your home would be zoned for. We do of course always have the private schools and the private and
Wait, aren't you gonna teach us first? I believe in learning on the job.
anyways.
Today is about survival. If you get blasted, you're dead. Quick, what's the first thing you're going to need? A doctor plus 5 speed. A shield. Shield, go. The most important piece of equipment is your shield. If you must make a choice between a sword or a shield, take the shield. Get your hands off my shield. It's a computing shield. Take that one. There's flour on it. Girls like flour.
Now this one has blood on it.
Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this driving tour of the Meadows, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always available, and make sure that you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. You'll get notified of all new videos. If you have certain areas of Phoenix that you're curious about and you would like to see a driving tour, then just reach out to me, or you can comment below and I will do my best to get that done ASAP. All right, hope you have a wonderful day.